Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. So let me put things in perspective for you. Black people are about 12 or 13% of the population historically, and they were about 45% of the prisons. Places like Baltimore, Philadelphia, Chicago, okay, are full of black gangs that do a lot of shootings, a lot of homicides. A lot of those people who were in the pen historically were there for homicides. And that's a big part of this. It's part of why people know that they take me seriously. And they're disproportionately Ebos when you consider the black tribes of the world because of the transatlantic slave trade, where about 1 million Ebos, were taken to the Americas, right? Mike Tyson almost certainly is mixed with Ebo, Holyfield, okay, Michael Jordan, Martin Luther King, what have you. And I'm from the royal family, the martial art core of that tribe. So everyone on this planet who hears these arguments, who has any sense at all, takes me seriously, especially if they're in the military or they're a martial artist or a gang member. They know what I'm talking about to some degree because it's pretty apparent. So when there's all these shootings in Chicago, even though there's a lot of Puerto Ricans there, Mexican gentlemen there, what have you, a lot of these homicides are done by black people, just like in LA. LA is like 80% Hispanic or something. It's a huge number Hispanic. And a lot of these homicides there in LA area are done by black gangs. Okay. Now, this factors in more than you might think because it has to do with conceptions of masculinity, of who's in charge, what have you. And the governing class has a chip on their shoulder because of this. So when you see on the screen the 66, right, it goes back to the mark of the beast, right, versus Exodus 15:3, where it says the Lord is the word, the Lord is his name, right, being a man, manning up. Whoever doesn't pick up their cross and man up and follow me, or if they're a woman up, is not worthy of me. Isaiah 30, okay, verses 30 through end, where it talks about God striking with a martial art force, and he compares it to cloudburst, thunderstorm, hail. It's more significant than you might think. It's more to do with the Bible than you might think, like when I posted that Tekken picture where you see, their depiction of a devil and their depiction, or the devil, and their depiction of an angel depicted, as fighting each other with martial arts. Okay, martial is marital scrambled, I, Christ, and the bridegroom. The depiction of angels with spears and swords. To spear something, spirit. So you see the 66 on the shooting scene in the Philadelphia shooting where 3 people killed, a bunch of people wounded. They actually have footage of some of that shooting. You see people ducking down while these guys who must be some kind of street gang members or something are firing at each other. And over there on the East Coast, it's disproportionately Bloods, and that factors in too, right? So there's also the 66th Palestinian Convention. A lot of things in the news has to do with Palestine these days, and Palestinians are basically, they're associated with blacks and Hispanics, right? There's black people among them. There's black Palestinians, and they're being killed, right, by these kind of white colonists, the Israel. And so you also have this Porsche that pulled up next to me, pulled up right in front of me, rather, and I popped out, because they fume me so much. There's some kind of film from the fuming on my windows and on my car all the time, and it makes it harder to clean the car, and they make it harder for me to clean the car by using whatever it is to kind of injure me when I try to wipe the car down. And I have a lot of bumper stickers, and I have problems with my eyes, so I can't go through the car wash. Okay, and I can't drive too far away to go to a different car wash. So there's all these problems that I'm faced with, okay? Now, someone put the clips at the end. Also, there's a clip today, there's clips from yesterday, I believe it was, and there's a clip from today where it said man, NJ, going back to the young noble suicide that happened around the time of the videos, right? Young noble, and I was talking about the gates of the nobles in Isaiah 13 a few days before that, or what have you. Okay. Also, young noble's last interview was about his life story, and this thing has caused me to talk about my life story, and I have a huge playlist with like 100-something videos or something, with various videos, including the main videos about my life story. That's key here. And also there's King and Story in East San Jose, and I'm very much known on the east side by a lot of these people there because I used to be on El Rancho Verde. I used to be over there Valley Palms, Sereno neighborhood, El Rancho Verde's Norteño slash various black gangs there. There's like 4 or 5 gangs there, Vietnamese gang or an Asian gang of some kind, Asian Boy Crips or some kind of Asian gang there, and Checkers is across the street. So I'm known from those areas. And King and Story, right? I was born on the east side, right? And King and Story, okay, connects to this, right? The king in the story. And so king also connects to McKee, which El Rancho Verde is on. So it's very much, there's also another street called A-born, Alpha born, right? Born in San Jose. Okay. And San Jose is, there's a lot of Asian people there. It's like a third Asian, a third Hispanic, give or take a third white, and whatever else is other and black, right? It's only like 2% black. But there's still Bloods and Crips in San Jose, and quite a few Crip sets historically. To kind of put in perspective. But most of the Bloods and the Crips, in California, they live in Southern California. Okay, and there's some Crips and Bloods in Sacramento. There's quite a few, actually. Some in Stockton. There's Crips in Seaside. Okay, so I'm kind of in between, where Sibo's from. He's a Crip rapper, rapped with Tupac in Northern California in Sacramento. And that's 2 hours north, and about 6-7 hours south is Los Angeles, where the Bloods and the Crips are founded, and there's lots of those guys there, and so on and so forth. Okay. And this factors in, all this stuff factors in, because whether or not Martin Mendoza is a Northerner, Northern Hispanic gang member, or maybe he's just Italian, or he just looks like that. He was depicted as that, right? Walking down the stairs like a gangster or something, with red kind of basketball shorts or something on. And his posture, his hair, it very much resembled a Northern Hispanic. And the River North shooting at the Mellow Bucks album release party in Chicago, right? Chick-A-Go. So you see all these connections, okay? And there's other videos I need to make here. I'm falling behind. I went over time here. I'm going to put the clips after this. Stay tuned for that. I'm going to put the Proof I'm Christ playlist link in the comments, but you can find it in my playlist. I'm going to put the Marissa link, the Marissa Mellow Bucks videos connection. I have like 20 on the playlist right now. The link in the comments here. I took the time to put in all the videos. Okay. And that is, it's going to be out in the comments in the description. Okay, and the word description have the words Crip in it, just like the word scripture, right? Crip's root, okay? And I went over that before in the video. So as you look at this thing, you should know for sure that this is connected. As you see the last video, at the end of the last video, where it's me with my shirt off flexing, okay, they confuse that. I strike at world record speed historically because I had injured myself, and I was doing quite a bit of, bodybuilding, strength training, anaerobic exercise to build muscle to strike faster, right? With an emphasis on fast twitch muscles, what have you. And so when I injured myself and I couldn't work out for a while, couldn't do martial arts for a while, I fell behind in my workout. So I had to do I did do a ridiculous workout every day, and I just swole up super big. And I took a picture in front of the camera, and they probably reduced the appearance of it. They changed the tint of my skin, right? The color of my skin, the hue of my skin, to make it less appealing. Okay. And you could see, that I'm clearly not the type of person that plays around. I've been, someone lightweight stabbed me before. I blocked every blow. The knife went through a little bit, the blocks. Okay. I'm somebody who's seen combat. Okay. I have family in Oakland. Okay. My older brother lived in San Francisco for 10 years by the Mission District, right, in a Norteño neighborhood. Okay. And incidentally, that lady, the chick, she was a nice little girl, or excuse me, a young woman, about 18 or so, whose boyfriend got killed in the fireworks accident, and several other people died there as well. She had a shirt on in one of these video pictures. Man, if I remember, I'll put at the end of this. I have to do a lot of digging. I have like thousands of pictures on my phone. It's a pain to kind of put this stuff out there. But anyway, she had a shirt that said "The Mission," which also connects to when I used to go hang out in the Greater Mission area, or whatever that is, exit by Cesar Chavez exit, right? It's like Portrayal Hell or something. I forgot the name of it, with the Northerners there and some of the, the black guys from San Francisco, from various areas there who, affiliate with them, who slid through there, what have you. My brother used to live there for like 10 years. So, again, I'm mad at everyone outside the divine order, but I still, there's part of me like, I feel bad for people to some degree, but I'm mad at them for everyone cheating me out of my right to leave. But I will say shout out to those guys over there in San Francisco, though. They're not on my side. They're not helping me. No one's on my side. To be on my side, to obey a God through me. Now, they're filming me, so making it harder for me to talk. Let me just wrap it up here. This Porsche right here is 77. Some kind of racing Porsche. It's very strange. You see that all the time. And the 6.6 came up more than once, right? It wasn't just 3 more expensive vehicles. his license plate says L over there. It says 103. Just kind of PG. This occurred after I saw the video about the ambush on the border agents, right? Okay, where it said that the guy wrote a message on his white Chevy, whatever the vehicle is, that said "Cor Dick Die," and they said it is Spanish or Latin, I think it's Spanish, for the day of heart, the day of heart of all things. It's the same parking lot the other vehicle parked next to me the other day. That license plate says Man NJ Martin Mendoza Manton, and it goes back to young Noble who committed suicide. He told his life story. Videos coming on that soon. Videos about that coming soon. And okay, he was from New Jersey. He moved to New Jersey. He was born in California, moved to New Jersey.